Hello, my name is David Shore. I'm going to make this short, sweet, and to the point. For a while, I have been fighting the Department of Child Services in South Bend, Indiana. What I'm about ready to tell you is 100% the truth. I was falsely accused and wrongfully convicted of molesting my moderate mentally handicapped daughter when she was 8 years old. Truth is that I assisted her with her bath. There are laws like Indiana Code 1618-28.5 Indiana that's attending care services defined, which means I can help her in bodily functions such as bathing and personal hygiene. And the Social Security Administration also allows this under their POMS. You can check it. Also, attending care services, according to them, Social Security Administration, allows fathers like me to assist their child. My judge, John M. Marnoka, along with the prosecutor's office, with Christy A. Short, later, and before that, Elizabeth Hurley, and Mr. Tim Lancaster, who was the detective on the case, and then later became a lieutenant, then a captain, then finally a chief. As long as you don't rock the boat in South Bend, Indiana, you get promoted. But let's get back to this. There was no evidence on my case. None. I even wrote a book, Corruption Protective Services. Get a copy. Now this is going to be a short DVD. I am stating right now, I am 100% factually innocent. Child Protective Services is a corrupt agency. It has grown so big that judges like Judge John M. Marnoka are corrupt. There are judges that will state that they get paid. But this payment doesn't go directly to them. It goes into their re-election fund. Prosecutors, the same thing. Public defenders. Police officers. The list goes on and on and on. What am I going to ask from you? You can check me out if you want. My full name is David Wayne Shore. You want to know the case? The case is David Shore v. State of Indiana. Now they state that mere touching alone does constitute the crime of child molestation because I assisted my daughter with her bath. No evidence though, mind you. This is the justice system in St. Joseph County. In fact, it's a justice system across the country. I had a chaplain, Harley Schultz, S-C-H-U-L-T-Z. When I was at the Newcastle Correctional Facility, he looked at my case. He says, "You don't even belong here." A month later, he was accused of having a sexual relationship with an inmate, a male inmate. We all knew that was false. But every time someone looks into my case, or any case like that, something happens. The prosecutor on my case, Christy A. Short, which just got the case that day, didn't know what I had written. That I assisted my daughter with her bath when she was 8 years old. I touched the vaginal area and pulled away. My daughter is moderately mentally handicapped. This happened when she was 8 years old. The accusation didn't come out until after my now ex-wife asked on July 15th, 2008 when we would get our daughter back. Because the state had taken them, both our son and our daughter, 7 months before. So, you want the truth? Get my book, Corruption Protective Services, which you can get on Amazon.com. You can get it on paperback or you can get it on Kindle. It's very cheap, $9.95. It also has Nancy Schaefer, former Georgia State Senator. She lost her re-election in 2009. 2010, she came out with a scathing report on the corruption in Child Protective Services. That's someone on the inside, and how corrupt it actually is, all the way up to judges. Yes, Judge Marnoka, I am sending a copy to you. Why don't you read my book? Or are you too illiterate to figure that out? And Chief Lancaster, why don't you get a copy? You're in that book too. See, Judge Hurley, you're not in the book, because he said Christy A. Short. But, Judge Marnoka, where is Christy A. Short? I mean, after all, she was a prosecutor on the case, and yet, when I look, there's not one record of her. Chief Lancaster, you had that affair with that one officer that was eventually run out of South Bend. Judge Marnoka, did you have an affair with Miss Hurley and also Miss Short at the same time? Maybe Miss Short didn't like how I was convicted. Maybe she was going to appeal my case. Maybe she was looking into my case and she got too close. I already know about the $6,000 to $10,000 CPS workers get, Ms. Arena. Yeah, talking to you. And hey, Mr. Downs, how much money did you get for removing Scott? What, $6,000 to $10,000 too? And hey, Pam Wisman, how much money were you going to get if you were to adopt Emily out? $250,000? You think I'm making all these numbers up? Nancy Schaefer, in a report, stated that. And also, a former Texas CPS investigator, Carlos Morales, also states the same. In fact, he states that even though my wife and we conceived the child's not ours. So tell me, whose child is it? It's the state's, to do with whatever and however they want. Isn't that nice? You people watching this, your children are commodities. You want the truth? Corruption Protective Services, that's my book. Go on the internet if you want proof. Just type in CPS corruption. But you better be ready for the truth. It's not people that are just having a camcorder take their camera like this and, oh wow, hey, I'm going to film this and then I'm going to edit it and then, oh wow, that way I'll get 1 million views. People are doing this to show the corruption. How CPS workers do everything they can to take children. How about Beverly Tran, Tran, Dr. Beverly Tran? Check anyone in Michigan or any other state. Vincent W. Davis, a lawyer, he's fighting them. There are former prosecutors now coming out, judges coming out, stating that the corruption is all around. If you think that it's just CPS and that it's just juvenile judges, it's criminal judges, they're in child support, divorce court, every police department, prosecutor's office, judges' chambers, jails and prisons. You do anything to rock the boat, guess what? They go after you. So, I'm going to end this now. I know it's a short video, but I will say this. Whatever you do, whatever you have to do, learn everything you can about your Constitution, especially your First Amendment, your Second Amendment, your Fourth Amendment, your Fifth Amendment, your Sixth Amendment, your Eighth Amendment, and your 14th Amendment rights of the United States Constitution. Videotape everything. They don't want it? Tough. You have a right as a U.S. citizen. Ask for their names, their badge numbers, where they work, who their supervisors are. You get reports. You get copies of reports. No matter what. If your children are taken, you get copies of the doctor's reports. You make sure you get everything. You get witnesses. You get evidence against these people. And when they go for placement, they take your children, make sure you bring someone down to that hearing that can vouch that they will watch take care of your children until this matter is settled. And for everyone over at the Indiana Department of Child Services and all CPS agencies, I'm putting you on notice. There's a grassroots movement. And guess what? You're the target. This is David Shore. I'm part of a group that is growing in this country. We're going after everyone that's involved with Child Protective Services. We're running you out of business. You better enjoy those bonuses, because soon you're going to need them to hire lawyers. And judges, Judge Marnoka especially, 2020 is coming. What are the odds you're going to be retained? Too bad you didn't get your million years. And Tim Lancaster, don't enjoy that chief's desk. If I have my way, you're going to be back down as a patrolman doing parking detail until you're old and gray. Elizabeth Orena and Kenneth Downs, don't laugh. You've been exposed. $6,000 to $10,000, and I don't know how many children you adopted out. All that money is coming my way. Remember this, all you. 18 United States Code 241 and 242. The 11th Amendment qualified immunity does not apply when you do things under the color of law. It's unconstitutional. This is David Shore.